Man, is it hot. It is hot and nobody's here. That's the weird bit. We expected that there would be protesters, but they're not here. There's a bunch of them back there. About 100 or so have gathered behind the Supreme Court, but I'm not sure if they're going to march down here or what they got planned. So let's, we should be getting a live view. So they've blown off the 5-minute buzzer. This is riot squads here on bikes. There's another riot unit arriving from the Capitol. The U.S. Capitol Police is the biggest police force in this area, and they assist the Supreme Court police. So we're out here in front. Good morning, guys. We're in front of the Supreme Court waiting for something, anything. First case comes out in 3 minutes. So we've already got the 5-minute bell. They rang a bell 5 minutes before the 5-minute buzzer. And we should get the first decision. It's either going to be the West Virginia environmental decision or Biden versus Trump, basically, which is the immigration decision. But I don't think that's technically what it's called. It's not called Biden versus Trump. So let me get down here in the shade so we can read the case. 9:58. Hello. So we're here, the press is all here. And let's see what we've got. We've got the death penalty protest. Two minutes. This is a death penalty protest. The Capitol Hill Police command vehicle is over there. It is a sunny day. 9:58. The EPA decision is a big, very interesting case. Hey, England, how's it going? It's whether the administration has the power to set carbon offset laws or whether that power resides in the Congress. And the decision there, it has some pretty major ramifications for basic governance. And it's being watched by a lot of constitutional law and government law type people because it's an interesting case. The Trump-Mexico case is probably more interest to the media, but for the government types, the EPA case has some real ramifications. So, and beyond just ramifications for the environment, it's ramifications for how government is run. 1 minute, we got 1 minute. All right, 10 o'clock, here we go. To hit the refresh button like everybody else on the planet. So we're refreshing the court opinions. Honestly, I don't think they're on Apple time. I think they're like a few minutes, 30 seconds behind. West Virginia is first. The EPA case is first. So the environmental case is out. I'm reading it now. Holding. Held. This cane remains justiciable under the government's contention. No petitioner has article standing, given the EPA is not to enforce the claim. It's considered standing to appeal. This is a real technical case. EPA, I think they went against the EPA. So it's a Roberts opinion, which means Roberts also is going to have written the other case, joined by Thomas Alito, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Barrett. So it's a concurrence, Kagan dissent. So it's a 6-3. It's another 6-3, and it looks like they've gone against the EPA 6-3. Let me see here. Congress could not give the EPA the power to set emissions caps, which is what the Obama administration had come up with. So the EPA has lost 6-3. But because it's a Roberts opinion, it means the next opinion will also be a Roberts opinion. So Roberts has also written the stay in Mexico opinion. So, fascinating. Okay, so the EPA does not have the authority on its own to set carbon emission standards, which is what was done under the Obama administration. The court has ruled against the EPA. And the next case will be Biden versus Texas, where the Chief Justice will write that one as well, or it'll be a sort of a thing. So, first case out, the EPA case, and that's done. Next up is the Trump administration's stay in Mexico policy and whether the Biden administration can stop that. And that decision will be coming from the Chief Justice. So it's interesting, so it means both cases today will be from the Chief Justice. Whew. So now we're waiting for the second case. Yeah, I guess the trucker, the 1776 people are coming into town today, I think. So we'll see. So yeah, this was a 6-3 decision. Well, it's technically a 5-1-3 decision, but the 1 is basically voting with the 6 in a concurrence. Yeah, Pete Williams is here somewhere. NBC's Supreme Court commentator Pete Williams is reviewing that. He's over here in the group. Let's go over and see if we can see them, yeah?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, got it.
FFA, so. Okay, so the next up will be the Trump case. So Pete Williams, I think, is over there. He's on MSNBC right now, not NBC. And he's one of those guys. If you guys flip on MSNBC, if you flip on MSNBC, you might see me walking in the background, guys. Yeah? If you guys flip on MSNBC or CNN, you might see Penguin 6 walking with a dirty hat down the middle of the street with a gimbal in his hand. Usually NBC's back over there, though. 10:05. Yeah. Or maybe he's way back over there. There's a bunch of camera crews way over there. They're staying away from the court. I see. There's like a big group back over there. Oh, you guys don't see me. Yeah, but you can see me. I mean, it's not a matter of watching MSNBC or CNN. It's a matter of seeing Penguin 6. I'm just kidding. Anyway. All right, what we got? 5 minutes left for the big Trump stay in Mexico policy. And then they're done for the day and they're done for the term. They're gone for months. There will be one small event. Ketanji Brown Jackson will be sworn in at 12 noon after Justice Breyer walks out. I think Justice Breyer will be doing one of the swearing-in ceremonies, and the Chief Justice will do the other swearing-in ceremony. And that'll be at noon, but I can't cover that. That's inside, thankfully, because it's hot as hell. Okay. 10:06. So the EPA case actually has tremendous implications on the law, in the sense that Congress is going to have to be a hell of a lot more specific in what they tell agencies they can and cannot do. They can't really just punt and let the agency decide all the regulations on their own. It's going to be, like I said, this is the kind of case that you guys aren't really paying that much. I mean, yeah, you're interested in the environment, but as far as a government thing, it's a huge case here in DC. Huge. The lawyers in DC are going to be writing term papers and dissertations about this case, because they need to know how it's going to affect the creation of new legislation. It's a pretty interesting case from a government standpoint. All right, 3 minutes and then we're done. I don't know what she's going to do after she gets sworn in. I think, to be honest, she will probably have a sit down with Justice Barrett. All right. Justice Barrett is the youngest justice as of this moment, and as the youngest justice, they have certain responsibilities in the court, certain social responsibilities in the court, and they will now be passed to Ketanji Brown Jackson, and so she's going to have a little sit down, and they're going to have a little chat, like, oh, well, you need to do this. And I think it's things like arrange like the Christmas party and stuff like that. I'm not joking. The youngest Supreme Court justice has a tremendous number of social responsibilities for the court. So Ketanji Brown Jackson will be getting an explanation about that soon. Info is wrong about what? Something else. The truckers are somewhere. The truckers kind of the 1776 one. They should be coming later today. It takes like 2 hours for them to get to DC. Okay. 10:08. Yes. I got planned the going away party for Justice Breyer. Hey, I'm live. Anything back there?
Just a steady stream of people into the church for training.
So later today, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there were a whole bunch of working families party, so that's got to be the CPD thing.
So the first one was the EPA case.
Yeah.
They ruled against the EPA, 6-3.
I expected that. How broad was it?
6-3. Same.
I mean, like, was it
they're going to be
tailored to the EPA? Was it?
the ramifications of that case are going to be studied for years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's serious. So the next one here was 1 minute,
Yeah, that should.
and it came from Roberts, which means Roberts was rating the Mexican case too. So.
Could be a good thing.
Yeah. Are you going to see? Breyer's leaving at noon, and Ketanji Brown Jackson's arriving at noon to be sworn in.
Right when all those hundreds of people come to begin this event.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good photo, but I mean, I don't know, you'd have to go back to the back and wait for her car. She usually comes, she'll be in a black Suburban probably. That police dog. Okay.
Yeah, I might run around back to get that.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know when that is.
That's assuming that they don't come and go via garage.
There is a garage, but
Yeah,
the
no.
entrance is back on A Street.
Right in there.
But I don't think they enter on A. I think they enter on First. So
The point being, yeah, we can be shooting through a window.
yeah, a dark window. Okay, here we go. And the final case, 1010, is going to be per curiam, or is it a Roberts case? The Supreme Court's website is crashing. What the heck? Biden, Texas, and it's out. The final decision is written by Chief. What's the vote, though? 5-4, Roberts, Breyer, Sotomayor, Kagan, and Kavanaugh. With a concurrence, Alito dissent, Thomas Gorsuch, Barrett also a dissent. So I'm assuming that went with the Biden administration. So that would be the end of stay in Mexico. Yeah, we got our numbers. We're done for the day.
Deciding
5-4 just now.
what?
It looks like.
Not in Biden's favor?
No, yeah, I think it is.
I think it is. It's a very split of court. It's the Chief Justice with Kagan and Gorsuch, and it's a interesting one. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was unexpected.
Yeah, Barrett, Thomas, Alito, and Gorsuch in the dissent. So the liberals and Roberts and Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
And Kavanaugh.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. So this is an interesting case. Yeah.
Joined all but the first sentence.
Okay, guys. The second case is out. I don't have a full reading, but it does not look good for the stay in Mexico policy. It looks like the Biden administration is going to be able to end the stay in Mexico policy, but it's a complicated case. There's multiple concurrences and dissents. I'm still trying to get the gist of the case. But it's a very interesting breakdown. The liberals, joined by Kavanaugh and Roberts, went against Alito and Gorsuch and Barrett and Thomas. So it's kind of interesting breakdown. But I believe that gives the Biden administration the right to stop the stay in Mexico policy that was by the Trump administration. I'm sorry, you guys have to understand that these cases are literally pages and pages long, and I'm trying to pull out the details of them. And it's not an easy task to summarize multi-page cases in a few seconds.
But I also don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm live, by the way. So, yeah, the government's remission did not violate the immigration thing and the final action. So, yeah, stay in Mexico is done. The government is going to do away with it. Okay, guys, so that's it. They're done. They've rung the bell and they're out. They're out of session for the term. We'll see them again in October. Justice Breyer will be leaving in about 2 hours, and new Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson will be arriving and sworn in at noon. If that's anything outdoors, I'll show that. I'll try to see if I can find the 1776 people. They're coming through DC sometime today. But thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back live as conditions warrant, and of course we'll have a video tonight. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.